This is a three-toed sloth. And yes, it's literally covered in algae. But that green fuzz growing on its fur, that's not just camouflage, it's actually a tiny ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, and moths living rent-free on its back. Because being a sloth means you're basically a walking apartment complex for every parasite in the rainforest. Somewhere high in the canopy of a Costa Rican rainforest, clinging to a branch 100 feet above the forest floor, your mom is about to give birth. And by give birth, I mean she's about to dangle you by an umbilical cord over a deadly drop that would make a skydiver nervous. You emerge into this world literally hanging by a thread, swaying in the wind like a furry pendulum of doom. Your mom doesn't have the luxury of a maternity ward. She's giving birth while hanging upside down from a tree branch, hoping her grip doesn't fail. One wrong move and your first breath becomes your last. Welcome to the world, little guy. It only gets worse from here. Here's the thing about being a sloth. You're not just slow, you're catastrophically slow. Like paint drying in slow motion slow. Your maximum speed? A blistering 0.17 miles per hour. For context, that's slower than a growing toenail. Grass literally grows faster than you move. While other animals are sprinting away from predators, you're stuck in permanent bullet time, watching death approach in high definition while being completely powerless to escape. Your metabolism is so sluggish that your stomach takes 30 days to digest a single meal. 30 days. That leaf you ate a month ago? Yeah, it's still just sitting there, fermenting in your four-chambered stomach like the world's worst wine. You're basically a living compost bin with trust issues. But here's where things get really ridiculous. You only poop once a week. And when nature calls, you have to make the most dangerous journey of your life, climbing down from your safe tree to ground level. This is like a human deciding to take a bathroom break in the middle of a war zone. Every predator in the rainforest knows about your weekly bathroom schedule. The big cats literally mark their calendars. Oh, it's Tuesday, time to check the sloth bathroom spot. The descent takes you hours. Hours of being a slow-moving target, completely exposed. You lose up to 30% of your body weight in a single bathroom trip. Imagine if every time you used the toilet, you lost 50 pounds and risked being eaten alive. That's your weekly reality. Remember that algae I mentioned? It's not just decoration. Your fur moves so little that algae literally starts growing on you like you're a garden statue. You're so motionless that you become part of the ecosystem. Moths lay eggs in your fur. Beetles set up shop between your toes. You're not just living in the rainforest, you are the rainforest, a walking, breathing habitat for creatures that treat you like prime real estate. The algae actually helps with camouflage, turning you into a green, furry bush. But here's the catch. It also makes you smell like a swamp. You reek of stagnant water and decomposing plant matter. You're basically a perfume advertisement for Odebog water. Your slowness makes you a target for literally everything with teeth. Harpy eagles circle overhead with their 5-inch talons, treating you like a slow-motion Happy Meal. These birds are basically flying death machines with 20/20th vision and zero patience for your sluggish lifestyle. When a harpy eagle locks onto you, it's game over. You can't run, you can't hide, you can barely even look up in time to see it coming. On the ground, jaguars see you as the easiest meal in the jungle. A jaguar's bite force can crush a crocodile's skull, and here you are, moving at the speed of continental drift. It's like being a turtle without the shell, playing freeze tag with a freight train. Your entire existence is an energy crisis. You consume so few calories that you have to live life in permanent power-saving mode. While other mammals are out there living their best lives, you're stuck on airplane mode 24/7. You literally can't afford to waste energy on anything, not fighting, not running, not even staying awake properly. You sleep 20 hours a day because consciousness is too expensive for your budget. You're like a smartphone with 2% battery that needs to last the entire week. Every movement is calculated, every breath measured, every twitch evaluated for cost effectiveness. Here's something nobody tells you about being a sloth. You're basically cold-blooded in a warm-blooded body. Your body temperature fluctuates with the weather like a lizard. When it's cold, you become even slower. When it rains, you turn into a shivering, soggy mess clinging to a branch, looking like a rejected muppet. You can't regulate your body temperature properly, so you have to sunbathe like a reptile. But remember, you live 100 feet up in a tree, so you're constantly playing a deadly game of find the sunny spot while being hunted by everything with wings and claws. You're also incredibly antisocial. Not by choice, you literally can't afford the energy to socialize. Meeting up with other sloths requires a multi-day journey and burns calories you don't have. Your social life consists of occasionally bumping into another sloth and giving them a slow-motion nod of acknowledgement before continuing your lonely, algae-covered existence. Mating season is a joke. You spend weeks slowly crawling toward a potential mate, only to find out she's already moved to a different tree. By the time you catch up, she's probably already raised 3 generations of offspring and died of old age. Despite living your entire life in trees, you're surprisingly bad at it. Your grip is strong, sure, but your spatial awareness is terrible. You regularly mistake your own arm for a branch and fall to your death. Scientists have studied sloths that literally grabbed their own limbs thinking they were tree branches and plummeted 100 feet to the forest floor. Your depth perception is so poor that you've been known to reach for branches that are 20 feet away, resulting in a slow-motion tumble that gives you plenty of time to contemplate your poor life choices on the way down. But here's the ultimate irony. Despite being perfectly adapted for an arboreal lifestyle, you're actually better at swimming than climbing. When you accidentally fall into water, you suddenly become an aquatic champion, swimming 3 times faster than you move on land. It's like discovering you're a Formula One driver only after your car breaks down. You spend your entire life struggling to move through trees, only to discover that water is your natural element. It's the biological equivalent of finding out you've been wearing shoes on the wrong feet your entire life. So there you have it. Life as a sloth is basically an endless series of slow-motion disasters. You're too slow to escape predators, too weak to fight back, too antisocial to get help, and too energy poor to do anything about it. You're living life on hard mode with cheat codes disabled, playing a survival game where every other player has superpowers and you're stuck with the ability to grow algae. But somehow, against all odds, you've survived for millions of years, which either makes you the ultimate underdog success story or evolution's longest-running practical joke. Either way, next time you're having a slow day, just remember, at least you're not a sloth.